Okay, for shared reading, we're going to be looking, before we actually read the poem, we're just going to be looking at part of it and looking more at the actual poet. So the poem is called My Country and it's written by somebody called Dorothy McKellar. Dorothy McKellar is one of Australia's best known poets. She was born in Sydney in 1855. Her family had several properties in the bush where they spent a lot of time. Although she loved Australia, Dorothea also travelled around the world with her family. She visited places like England, Europe, and America. This gave her the ability to compare Australia with other countries. Her most famous poem is My Country. The first verse tells us why people love the English countryside. Dorothea tells us about the fields, gardens, and sky colours. So this is the first um, stanza or the first verse. My country, the love of field and coppice, of green and shaded lanes, of ordered woods and gardens, is running in your veins. Strong love of grey blue distance, brown streams and soft dim skies. I know, but cannot share it. My love is otherwise. Now, this is an interesting last part where she says, I know but cannot share it. My love is otherwise. And the reason why it's so famous is because she's describing the beauty of England, the English countryside, but her heart and her love is actually with Australia. And we get to know that a little bit later in the poem. Now, remember, a coppice is an area in the woods of England that has been cut down low and it encourages new plant growth, just like you could see in this particular visual. Here is a little bit more information about Dorothea McKellar, so you might want to read that. Okay, and just answer these questions. Where was Dorothea born? Where did Dorothea spend most of her time? Why was Dorothea able to compare Australia to other countries? And what is the main idea of the first verse in the poem, My Country? Now, I actually explained that to you. Again, I'll tell you again so you can see who's actually listening to these videos. The purpose of it is for her to highlight the beauty of the English countryside and describe its beauty, but then actually explain that even though we thought its magnificence and beauty, her heart and her love of her country is actually with Australia. And that's what she's thinking about.